there's some sort of a reaction taking place. Whether that was consciously because I was wanting it, I don't know. Literally, we could all debunk it and rip it to pieces. But my personal opinion, what I believe happened there is the spirit world were giving me a sign. This was the sign. This was what I was meant to be doing. This was the path I should have been on. So I picked up the tarot cards, took them to the counter. I remember how silly I felt because as a male, whilst we're living in a society where we have equality, sometimes as a male, certain aspects of spirituality is frowned upon. Meditations is one of the biggest one. A lot of men believe that they shouldn't meditate. And this is another thing. A lot of like people who do tarot, they're not really males. They don't really look like me. Sometimes they've got like pointy hats on and they've got weird glasses and they like to look all tarot-y. I'm just average normal person. And when I went to the counter, I could see I like looking at it, like, oh, what's these for? I was just like, well, I'm just getting them. And then I took them back to work. And before I had even opened the box and looked at the box, Spirit said, put them on the table, every one of them facing down. So, as you can imagine, taking lead of Spirit, I placed them onto the table, all face down, put the instructions book to the side, and Spirit said, place your hands over the cards. So you've now got 78 cards in a long line spread across the desk facing down. There is no way I could know any of those cards. And I hadn't looked at any of the cards. I didn't know what I was to expect, to be honest with you. I did not know what to expect. And from one side to the other, I ran my hand around. And I always remember this. One card went hot. And as soon as my hand stopped on it and it went hot, I heard King of Pentacles. And I burst out laughing. It was hilarious to me to hear something as balmy and as strange as that. Because what is a King of Pentacles? I haven't got a clue. I don't know what a King of Pentacles is. I turned the card round and I crap you not. There was the King of Pentacles. Out of 78 cards, my friends, the first time I'm using clairaudience, I had that card. And instantly I thought, that is amazing. From that day, I started doing tarot reading. From that day, I've changed people's lives. I've turned people's lives from being bleak to positive. I've helped people to move on. I've done tarot reading. I've never once practiced. I've never needed to. I've literally trusted the spirit world and I've went in, which each and every one of you will be able to do. We are going to train you to use intuition. We are going to use you to work alongside of the spirit world.